I'm a connoisseur of the Source magazine, Double XL, and all that good stuff, Vibe and all that, because I'm a hip hop fanatic. And what I come to realize is that in the back of such an educational magazine, it's always advertisement of some pornographic brothels, prostitution, escorts, and even not even only in the Source and Double XL magazine, but also in things like creative loafing, free publications. And that kind of bothers me because kids have access to those magazines, and of course they have access to free publications. And I'm not sure if I want my son being able to pick up a creative loafing on the street and look in the back as he's fiddling through it and seeing females in there talking about how much money it is for them to have sex. You can buy them and do these different things. So that's an issue that I've been thinking about that's kind of bothering me right now. So if you guys feel the same way, or even if you disagree with me, speak on that. I can't be by myself on that.
So, you know, it's really on the parent. You know, if you don't tell your child about it, you know, and they indulge, you know, I hate to say it, but you might have to blame the parent. You know, I hate to say it, but I didn't have a conversation with my mother about sex until maybe I was 20. Wow. You know what I'm saying? So it's on the parents.
Yeah, I agree with that, Ken. But I think explaining to kids and them being exposed to it in a graphic way are two different things. I mean, you're talking about 8 to 12, 13-year-olds. It's one thing to be explained and being exposed to it in a graphic way.
I understand what you said about, you know, being uncomfortable about that. But now we talked about free speech before, and we talked about, you know, we want to have rap songs and be able to say and express how we feel. So now we got the videos, you know, now we got the cuss words in there, and everybody complain about we should be able to say what we want to say. So now it's just flipping the script where now, you know, advertising is now taking advantage of those same things that we wanted before. And now, you know, it seems like it's almost a double standard because now we don't want to see that, but yet you still want to hear that rap music or that other songs that have that type of language in there. So if we're going to disqualify that stuff, then maybe we need to, as parents, monitor what they hear, what they see, which we should be doing anyway, and what they read. And if you train your child right to know right from wrong, when they pick up that paper, they'll be like, oh, no, that, I'm not supposed to look at that. No, I'm not supposed to touch that. That's wrong. You know? I mean, that's just an opinion,
really?
Of course. Really.
Okay, Sean. Good point. Anybody want to speak on that? What's up, Tony? You speaking, man?
Yeah, man. Normally I wouldn't do this.
Man, I love when you speak, man.
I don't necessarily think that you have an invalid point, but there's a lot of things that you're missing, such as, sure, a kid can pick up a copy of The Creative Loaf and see that there's escort services and massages and things advertised in the back. But they can also hop online and go to as many porn sites as they can think of names for, you know? I mean, it's not just the accessibility through, like, free publication and things of that nature. It's everywhere, you know? It permeates everything we involve ourselves with. You turn on the TV, you see it there, you know? It may be more subversive, but it's there. Like, I don't necessarily agree that it's all, I guess, on the parents, but you instill values in your children. They're gonna see this stuff anyway. You know, you saw it when you were a kid. Maybe not. Maybe you weren't as exposed to it as children can be nowadays.
Not at all.
But I'm just saying, the same reasons that you made the choices you made when you were younger and were exposed to it are the same things that can be passed on. Like that, like the awareness, the education, the, you know, the self-reliance, the values, the morals, all those things. They're just more important nowadays than they were, you know? They were always important, and they're always going to be important, but you can't get away from it, you know? The Creative Loafing is a free publication that's very, very informative for the Atlanta area, all the arts and activities that are going on and stuff, but that's how they get funded. These people are funding that paper so you can find out what's going on this weekend.
What they do. You can't control the government. You can't control any of this stuff. Your main purpose is to raise your child, teach your child. Your child is going to be exposed to all these things. But if you give them the foundation, that they need to have, when they come up against this stuff, guess what? Their choices will be able to move them away from that. But you cannot control these issues, because I don't think this issue is really important, because guess what? This has been here since the beginning of time. You will never stop it. You will never change it. So your main focus is, how do I teach, train, and get my child the foundation to exist in the world that is never going to stop being evil?
Yeah, I agree with that. Once again, it's not that I'm trying to take over free publications and put a stop to it. My thing is that I think it's a problem for young kids to be exposed to those type of things in free publications. It's not that it's not like my voice, me saying that is going to stop it.
Yeah.
But I'm just voicing an opinion. It's an opinion that I have. So that's all I'm saying.
But your